Hey, welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. And on today's lesson, I'll be showing you how to play Justin Bieber's new single, What Do You Mean, on acoustic guitar. Now this song is super simple. It is literally 4 chords repeated throughout the whole song. And all you have to learn are the different variations and the timing of those chords. Starting with the basics, we have our guitar in standard tuning and we have a capo on 1st fret. Now you'll need to know 4 chords, and they are C add 9. Now for those who don't know what a C add 9 is, it is basically a G chord shape, but your top 2 fingers move down 1 string, and the top string is muted, it is not played. And that's a C add 9. The other chords are G, E minor, and D. I'm going to go through 3 variations of this song, each varying in difficulty. The first one's just going to be basic chords and a simple strumming pattern for those super basic beginners. Now if you've watched Justin's acoustic rendition of the song, you'll notice that the guitarist plays like 50 billion variations, so it'll take me hours to actually teach you that. So instead, the second variation is going to be a very stripped down, simplified version of what the guitarist plays. And that will suit some beginners to intermediate players. And finally, the third variation that I'll be showing you will be somewhat close to what the guitarist actually plays in that video clip. Obviously without all his 50 billion variations. But I'll show you the main lead lines that he plays along with the chords, which sound really cool. For variation 1, it's going to be super simple. As I mentioned previously, we're just going to be doing simple chords and simple chord strumming. The chords for the verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus are all exactly the same. And in the right order, they are C add 9, G, E minor, D, and back to C add 9. And that's just repeated. The count for this song is going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now every chord in this progression is strummed on the 1 beat, except for the E minor, which is strummed on the end beat after the 2nd beat. So to demonstrate, I'll just count along and I'll show you how it sounds. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So notice how the G and the E minor are shorter in length, but that E minor is played on an end beat. To end, right? It's that 2nd end. So again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... We're going to throw a strumming pattern now into that chord progression, and we're going to play that during the choruses and the pre-chorus. This strumming pattern is super simple, and it's just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And consecutively, it should sound like something like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. For the first C add 9, you play that whole strumming pattern once, so... Now when you get to the G and the E minor, both those chords are found within one of those strumming patterns. And you change to the E minor on the 3rd downstroke, okay? So down, up, down, up, down. And then you continue on with the chord progression. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Now after the G and the E minor, you have the D for one whole strumming pattern, and back to the C add 9 for one whole strumming pattern, and then you repeat that process. So altogether, it'll sound something like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... That's it for variation 1. It's super easy. You got your first bit, which is just single strums on each chord, and then you got your chord progression that you can play during the more upbeat bits. Now we'll go through the second variation of the song, which will be more for beginner to intermediate players. We'll be using our fingers to pick and not a plectrum. Before we move forward, I'll just give you a rundown on finger picking technique. Basically, you want to be using these 3 fingers. Now each one of these fingers is going to be dedicated to its own string, okay? So the ring finger is going to be on the higher string, the middle finger is going to be on the next one, and the index finger on the G string here, alright? Those fingers should never move away from their dedicated strings, so they should only be plucking their own strings. Finally, the thumb's the only digit on your hand that should be playing any more than one string. And this just ensures that you are fully anchored in the same position and you're not floating everywhere. The chords for the second variation are exactly the same as we learnt beforehand. Just your C add 9, G, E minor, D, C add 9. For the soft chorus and verse of the song, all we're going to be playing on each chord is the bass note. So for the C add 9, it's on the A string. For the G, it's on the E string. For the E minor, it's on the E string again. And for the D chord, it's on the D string. And we're going to be playing that bass note together with this G string and the B string. So that's what it's going to sound like for the C add 9 chord. G chord, E minor, D chord, and C add 9 chord again. Okay? So your index finger and your middle finger are always going to be plucking the same strings. It's just your thumb that will be alternating depending on what chord you're playing. So C add 9 again is on the A string, G is on the E string, that bass note there. Your E minor is on the bass note on the E string again. And for the D chord, your bass note is on that D string. When we get into the chorus and the post-chorus, we're going to be bringing in a slap into the progression, which sounds something like this. Alright? Now, when you slap, don't slap too hard. It should just be your hand just coming down to a rest, and it'll make that percussive noise. Okay? But when you come in for the slap, make sure your fingers come in to rest just underneath the strings that they're meant to pick. Now the thumb can sort of be anywhere, but with your index, middle and ring finger, they should slap in below the strings that they should be picking. So they should really dock to their homes, really. So we're going to have the slap on every second and fourth beat. Now on the first beat, we're going to be hitting the bass string for whatever chord we're on, along with the G and the B string at the same time. Like that, for example. So that's going to be on the first beat and the end beat after the second beat. So to show you example, it's going to sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so we're hitting the notes on the first beat and the end beat after the second beat, and the slaps on the second and the fourth. So through the whole chord progression, it should sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... On this next playthrough, I'm going to have a close-up of my picking hand just so you can see which notes I'm picking. Of course, the tab to this variation is also down in the link below. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's it for the second variation. Now the third variation of this song is a bit more complicated. So this is for the intermediate to more advanced players. I've broken this up into chorus riff 1 and chorus riff 2. Chorus riff 1 should sound something like this. Alright, let's run through it. The first C add 9 bar sounds like this. Alright, so the first notes are the bass note and the G together, like that. The second set of notes is a technique that John Mayer uses a lot, actually. It allows you to play notes providing a percussive beat. That sounds like a snare. Now this technique actually takes a little bit of time to develop properly, but basically what you want to do is you're slapping at the same time you're almost flicking your index finger, and by doing that you get that slap, which sounds like a snare, but you're also hitting that open 0 note and the 3rd fret there, like that. So that's the second set of notes in that first bar. So, and after that slap, we bring our index finger down to the 2nd fret on the G string, and we pluck that, and then we go and we move it back up to where it originally was to hit that 2nd fret on the D string, and together that first bar again, and it ends with the slap on the 4th beat. So for the G and the E minor chords, it's similar to the second variation, except we're just adding a couple of extra G and B string plucks. All right, so it sounds something like this. And slower. Again, for the D chord, it's pretty much the same as the second variation we learnt, except we're adding in some extra plucks. So, and again. And when we go back to the C add 9, again, it's similar to the second variation we learnt with some extra plucks. So again, we got that slap on the 2nd and 4th beat of every bar. Altogether, it should sound something like this. In this next playthrough, I'll be giving a zoomed close-up of my picking hand and also my fretting hand for that riff. So that's chorus riff 1. Chorus riff 2 sounds something like this. And again. Alright, let's run through it. The first C add 9 bar, what you want to do is lift your pinky and ring finger from that C add 9. And that first set of notes, you're going to be hitting the bass note and the open string on the E string. Alright. And then after that, you're going to be hitting the open string on the B string. So, and then slapping after that. And as soon as you slap, what you want to do is you take your ring finger and you put your position back onto the original C add 9 chord shape. So, and then you're going to be hitting the bass note, the G string, and the B string. So, and after that, what you want to do is you take your index finger and you go to 2nd fret on the G string, and then you slap, and then let that go, and then pluck it again. Altogether, that first bar sounds like this. And again. So for the G and the E minor chord, again, it's similar to what we learnt in chorus riff 1, except at the end we're going to be playing just an open G note. So now when we go to the D chord, all we want to do is put the index finger on the second fret of the G string, like that. And the first set of notes we're going to hit are just that D string and the G string together, so like that. And then the next note is going to be the open string on the B string, and then slap, like that. And after that slap, we're going to be putting our fingers back onto that D position, and we're going to be hitting the D, B, and G strings all at the same time again. So far for that D chord, we have. And then after you've hit that D chord, again you want to lift that ring finger again. So lift it and then hit that open B note, B string, sorry. And then you're slapping again, and then you're just lifting all your fingers off the fretboard and hitting an open G. So that whole bar sounds like this. And again. And when we go back to the last bar, which is a C add 9, we're playing basically what we learnt in chorus riff 1. So it should sound like this. Again, a link to the tab can be found below, just to clarify any of this. Altogether, again, the chorus riff 2 should sound like this. And now I'll be playing it with some zoomed close-ups so you can see what I'm doing with my picking hand and my fretting hand. And that's it for the 3 different variations that you can play for this song. Now I'm just going to be playing variation 1 and singing the first part of the song. Don't mind my singing, as I'm not really a singer, but it'll give you some context to go off. What do you mean when you nod your head yes, but you wanna say no? What do you mean you don't want me to move, but you tell me to go? What do you mean? What do you mean? So run out town, what do you mean? What do you mean? Gonna make up your mind, what do you mean? And that's it for Justin Bieber's What Do You Mean on acoustic guitar. Be sure to leave your questions and comments below, hit that like button, and also hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.